Hey, so this is a comprehensive guide of how to apply to European universities as a 12th grader in India. When I myself last year was applying to European universities, I was pretty confused of where to look for because I could find plenty of content about master students but almost nothing for bachelor student. So I decided to make a video to help those students who will be applying to European universities. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. Now, the very first thing that you'll need is to research the universities. Yes. Now, how to research the universities? First, the very first criteria that you know is rankings. So look at the QS rankings, look at the Times Higher Education rankings. These will give you just a brief guide of how the university is, like the university reputation, right? But please do filter out rankings for your subject. Yes. Do not look at comprehensive rankings since these are influenced by research reports and stuff like that, which will not always measure the student satisfaction or career outcomes. So please uh, definitely make a good research on your end, right? The next step after you have shortlisted universities is write them down, divide them on the basis of the countries in which you are applying to, whether it is the UK or whether it is Germany, Spain, Italy, France, whatever country you are interested in, right? So you can apply to multiple countries definitely, and you can apply without an agent. Yes, I did it without an agent completely by myself. This is the first thing. Second thing, after you have shortlisted your universities, please look at their websites really carefully. Maintain a diary, look at their websites, write down all the things that they need according to your course. What all are the language requirements, right? So, the subject requirements, the language requirements, and everything. Now, each country has its own different system. Like, let's say in the UK, as you know, you have to have a certain percentage. Actually, you have to have that certain percentage that you can realistically reach with you. Only then you can apply to those universities, right? So, let's say the top universities almost and always require an aggregate of 85 or more than 85% in your class 12 examinations. But there's a catch. You will not have your grade 12 examination results by then, as you know, because you will be applying a year prior. Yes. So if you intend to go in September or October 2027, you have to start applying from September 2026. Yes, you have to be early. And the deadlines also vary, so please note down the deadlines for each and every university. In the UK, universities have a deadline from September till January 12 to 14. Okay. Now, this is the first thing about the qualifications. If you have a doubt in any particular qualification, whether it is required or not, please email the university. I also did the same thing. I emailed the university and they were definitely proactive. Now, the next thing that you have to check for yourself is any previous qualification, right? So, some countries may demand to have a 10th score of a particular subject, like either they would require an 80% or a 90%. So, please check on the website. In Ireland, there was a course I remember in a UCD, and they required your mathematics score to be at least 90. So that was the minimum thing that you needed for that particular course. So please do know about these things. Now, the second thing that you have to see is the language qualifications, whether you'll require an IELTS score or not. I personally did not give any IELTS exam or a language proficiency exam because it was waived off for me. My education was done completely in English. So, yes, it was waived off for me. Also, UK has English language criteria, like you need to score a certain amount in your boards. I had a condition that I needed to get an 85 in English in order to get to the university that I was interested in. So, yes, I got into the University of Manchester. So, it had a certain level of criteria. Also, some universities, for some courses, they may prefer some certain subjects, right? Like for my course at the University of Manchester, BA Economics, Accounting and Finance, they required not required, but they gave preference to people who had accounting, who had business and mathematics subjects like these in their grade 12. So that will definitely help you. So do check. They may or may not need it. Now, the next thing that you'll require is, please do check whether you will need an entrance exam or not. Yes. Now, some countries do take certain level of exams, some completely do not. Like in the UK, if you are applying to Oxford, they do take additional tests, and rest universities may not require it. Right? Some universities may even take your interview, some may not. So that totally depends. In the European Union, almost every country I saw, they needed tests. Like for business, for my forte, I know for finance, right? So there's a university in Spain, IE University, they required tests. I also applied to Frankfurt School of Finance and Management. I was selected, and they also needed a certain amount of tests. That is their assessment center, which comprised of logical reasoning tests, English test, and mathematics test. So please check on the university website. Now, the next thing that you'll almost require is a letter of recommendation. They may need one or two or three letter of recommendations. So please check with the university, or they may not require it. So this again depends upon the country that you are going for. Now, letter of recommendation is basically it will be obtained from your teacher, and each teacher has a different way of giving it. Some teachers give you directly, some teachers write it for yourself, some teachers may ask you to write it and they would make the changes. So yeah, that's the harsh reality over here. Now, the next thing that you'll mostly need is an essay, which is most popularly known as a letter of motivation in the European Union. In the UK, it's called personal statement. Now, these two are different documents. So, first, when I was preparing this, I was really confused whether it is the same thing or different. So, these two are different things, right? I'll make a separate video on what is a personal statement, what is a letter of motivation, how to write it, and I'll share my draft as well of what I submitted and got the offers. Next, please look whether your university requires certain kind of work experience or not. So, Frankfurt School of Finance and Management, they required us to have an apprenticeship or an internship. So, I had an internship. It's not necessary. They did not say that it was mandatory, but it was good to have it, and it made my profile look better, right? You may also be asked to upload some of your certificates. That again depends on the university. In my case, only Frankfurt School asked about it, no one else, right? About my extracurriculars. They may also ask for your CV. That's optional. So please do check with the university whether they require a CV or not. The CV, I'll tell you how to make a CV also. So yeah, that's the catch. Now, after that, after all these documents are done and sorted, you may be called for an interview or not. So, that again, as I told you, depends upon the university. So, this is the procedure of how you apply. After that, when you apply, you'll wait, you'll get an offer letter. Mostly, you'll get you'll get a conditional offer letter because your final results won't be out. If you're CBSE students, it won't be out till May 2027, right? So again, that depends. So you'll get a conditional offer letter. After that, when you receive your board examination results, you have to submit the results to the university. They'll check it and they will offer you an unconditional offer. So you'll get your unconditional offer letter, which is the final offer letter. Then comes the accommodation that you have to book. So you can book an off campus accommodation or an on campus accommodation. I think mostly for first year, look for an on campus accommodation or the university accommodation. You can look for a catered or a self catered one. So I looked for self catered one because I wanted to make my own meals. So that's again up to you. Do check it out on their website, or you can also look, an external accommodation for yourself. So that's the thing. And please do check Erasmus Students Network. They can help a lot for finding an accommodation if you're looking. That's a certified network. Erasmus Students Network is the certified network for all the Erasmus people that will be doing their exchange semesters, exchange years. So it's made by students for the students. Right. So after you get your accommodation, now is the visa thing. So the visa thing again, it's very different for different countries. If you're going to a country like Italy, or if you're going to a country like Greece, Czech Republic, so they would mostly and 100% they will require a police clearance certificate and your documents to be apostilled by the Ministry of External Affairs. So since I'm going to Greece, I know they will need it, right? So I'll make a video for that also, how to get your documents apostilled and this that thing. This is, I know this may seem quite hectic, maybe it is for some time, but it's definitely worth it. And you can do it yourself also. There's nothing wrong with doing it yourself, right? But please make sure, even if you're approaching an agent, be very careful, because there are a lot of false agents in the market. I'm not telling you that those people are completely, false people or evil people, but be careful, since I've also been to many and they were quite a headache, because they almost all of them, they get commissions from those universities, and often times those are the lower ranked universities or some mediocre universities which you might not want to attend, right? Those universities can be good too, but if you are someone who has the capability of reaching to a top 10 university, then why not target that top 10 university, right? Instead of going for a top 20 or a top 31. So please research to your research well, right? That's um, quite it, and I hope you got an idea of how to actually start your university search. So please start it well in advance. It's the perfect time right now also. It's not late to start searching for the universities. And I'll be making a video on personal statement and the letter of motivation soon. So, yeah, thank you.